I'm going to be recording this session already, so that's it. Guys, welcome to our second level. It's going to be, well, your second level. It's actually the fourth level. It's the level intermediate 2. Ready? So it's going to be the intermediate 2. We're going to find it like IN2, for finding that it's intermediate 2. And today we're going to be working on our class number 1. So it's the first class of the first week. So it's going to be W1.1. Ready? Okay, guys, nothing. Welcome. If you are here, it's because you were able to activate your level by finishing the previous level, right? So that's a very big success. It's a very big accomplishment. So congratulations on that. Ready? I expect that you can continue, keep up the pace with the course, with the group, and that the same way that you finish the first level, you can finish this one. Okay, that's what I expect. I expect that you can follow me until the last week of this level is also 8 weeks. Okay, it's going to be also 8 weeks. So no problem. It's going to be easy. Okay, again, 2 months, right? So no problem on that. And that's it. Ready? So we're gonna go. We're going to start here on this new level. So welcome. Congratulations for being here. And that's it. So let's start right away. Okay. Well, today I'm going to ask to start the class with 2 questions. As usual, 1 or 2 questions. Um, I would like someone to help me to read the first question that we have here. Would you please, someone, the person who wants to read.
Me.
Go.
What is the most difficult part of having kids?
Good. What is the most difficult part of having kids? What do you think?
Everything. I don't know.
Everything, having kids is not easy, being a parent is not easy. But what do you think that is the most difficult part?
Take care of them all the time, I think.
Okay, like dedicating all the time for taking care of them, right?
Right.
That's it. That's good. One thing. Okay. Anything else? Tati, you are a mommy. Sarah, you are a mommy also.
Maybe provide quality time.
Okay, provide quality time. I mean, it's not only being there with the kid, but it's also having a quality time, teaching something productive. Good. Okay, Tati, excellent. Sarita?
Me. The most difficult part of having kids is maybe the environment, the people who is around of him.
Like taking care of that, like finding a good environment for him over here.
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's important. Taking care in the school, in the playground, with the friends. Well, that part. Okay, Sarah, thank you so much. And Pedro, could you please help me to read the second question, man?
Do you enjoy or avoid sharing time with your family?
Good. Do you enjoy or avoid sharing time with your family? Enjoy, you know what is enjoy, but avoid, do you know what is avoid?
Evadir?
Yeah, evitar. Very good. So what do you think? Do you enjoy or do you avoid sharing time with your family? Some people enjoy, they want to spend time with the cousins, with the brothers, with the sisters, with parents, with the siblings. Other people are more like a lonely person, like a lonely wolf, and they prefer to be alone. They don't enjoy reunions, or they don't enjoy family gatherings, no? So in that case, they avoid sharing time with the family. But what about you? What do you think? Enjoy or avoid?
I enjoy it. Teacher, how do you say núcleo?
Family, bueno, núcleo core. When I say núcleo familiar, family core.
Oh, okay. Because I enjoy it, but only with my family core, like my mom and dad and my two siblings. But
Okay.
when I am going to dinner with the rest of the family, like the cousins, the uncle, the aunts, I hate it.
That's the way. So it's different, the family core, that the rest of the family, you know? So it's like a little bit different. Okay, Majo, thank you so much. What about the rest? Did you enjoy? Did you avoid? Is it similar to Maria Jose? What do you think?
I think that is a balance. Sometimes I enjoy it, some other times I don't. I enjoy more with my parents and sister.
Okay, perfect. That's it. Okay, with other people, cousins, uncles, aunts, not so much.
Yes, teacher, not so much. I am bored with my family.
Okay, in that case, you could say, I get bored. Like, me aburro, I get bored,
Yes,
right?
bored.
Because if you said, I am bored, it means in this moment, right now. Like, estoy
Oh,
aburrida. But when I say, like, maybe my voice is boring, but when you say, like, in that situation, me aburro, so I would say, I get bored, right?
thank you.
Okay, no problem. Bueno, very good. So in this case, guys, we are seeing that we're talking about family, no? So of course, I would like to know, how is your family course? Do you have siblings? You don't? Do you live with your parents, with both, or with your mom, or with your dad, or well, you live alone? How is your family core? What do you think? How is it composed by?
I live with my doctor, but every day I have to go to my mom's house because she care
Take
about
care
she take care him
of
her
her. Exactly. So
she take
she,
care her.
casi almost she, like, sorry, she takes, well, ese de tercera persona, of course, she takes care of, and then your daughter, it means her, she takes care of her.
So I see them every day.
Oh,
My
good. That's
father
good.
and my mother and my sister.
Okay. So they make part of your nuclear, of the family core.
Yes.
Of course, good. That's it. Thank you, Daddy. What about the rest? How are your family cores? Sarah.
For me, it's the same like here. Yeah, I pass all the time with my mother's house, my mother's house,
But do you live only with your daughter?
with my son.
Ah, it's
It's
a
a
boy,
boy.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, I live with my son. So it's just on nights I go there. I go to my house. On all day I stay at my mom's house with
Okay,
him
okay.
because I work I make a work office.
Ah,
So I'm a
good.
home office. I'm sorry.
So your mom takes care of him while you work in the studio or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes, but in this time that he's in vacation, so I stayed with him next to
Okay.
me all the time.
Can you concentrate?
Yeah,
Oh, good. That's
yeah.
it. Very good, Sarita. Excellent. That's it. Well, what about the rest? Majo, if you are living here in Bogota and you are not from here, are you living alone? Are you here with your siblings or?
Right now I'm living with my older sister. She's 30. Um, but my family core is like my dad, my mom, and my little brother and my older sister. But I not live longer with them anymore because I moved to Bogota. So I only lived with my older sister. She moved to Bogota like a few months ago.
To take care of
For
you.
so now I have company.
Okay, that's great. That's important. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
very good. That's great. That's great.
But I
Santi.
go
Okay.
very often to Santa Marta
Oh,
to visit
really?
my family. Yes.
How often?
Like uh, every 2 months,
It's pretty
like
often.
for weekends.
Okay, good, very good. So in the
Yes.
airport, you are already famous in the airport. If they see
Uh,
you every time, right? Okay.
yes. And for work also.
Ah, well, of course, if we're working, you're supposed to be traveling. Okay, Maha, thank you so much. Hey, Luisa, what about you? How's your family core?
No, I live with my husband. That's
And that's
it.
it.
No more. I
No
know.
kids. Okay, good. That's it. Do you have kids plans or nothing?
No, for the moment, no.
Not for the moment. Good. Okay, very good. That's it. Thank you. Santi, Peter.
Teacher, in my case, my family core is composed by my parents, my sister, and my pets.
Okay, very good. Which are the pets?
Two dogs.
Oh, good. Great. They are part of the family. Okay, thank you, Santi. Thank you so much. Pedro, what about you, bro?
Teacher, I just live with my wife, and every weekend visit to my parents.
Okay. Do you live close by?
More or less.
Okay, very good. And your wife accompanies you every weekend to your parents' house, or she goes to her parents' house?
No, teacher, her parents live in Medellin, so we just visit them more or less
More or less
every
never.
6 months.
Okay, okay, every 6 months. That's good. That's great. Okay, very good. Bueno, guys, so I was asking about your family course because, of course, the idea of today it's talking a little bit our family, but especially talking also about the personality of our families, right? In the previous level, we were talking about that we have different kinds of personality and that we have different kinds of adjectives for talking about personality. That if you are cheerful, if you are calm, if you are relaxed, if you are impatient, and so on, right? In here, we're going to do something kind of similar, but in this case, focusing on our family members, our relatives, right? So, for example, me, I am someone who is really impatient. But on the other hand, my brother enjoys helping people. I am not like that. But I'm a teacher, so my profession is kind of helping people. But on my day-to-day life, I avoid spending time helping others because that's what I do for a living. So, but my brother, he enjoys helping others and spending time helping others, and he is very humanistic. So in that case, he is very different from me, right? We're going to have a short personality test first, right? Are going to have a short personality test, yes? And I want you to think on yourself, of course, but also I would like you to think in some relative of your relative of you or members of your families, in which you said, "Oh my God, this is like so my brother, or so common of my sister, or this is so classical of my mother." No, so we're going to read some sentences here, and you are going to tell me if you definitely agree, somewhat agree, or definitely disagree with the sentence. And at the same time, I also would like you to think on that other person of your family. Ready? So let's start reading. Santi, could you please help me with the first one?
Okay. I'm not afraid of giving speeches in front of the class. My case, somewhat agree, more or
Depending
less.
on what?
Depend of the count of people.
Okay, very good. And also, I suppose, depending on the topic.
Two,
Okay, Santi, very good. So I'm not afraid of giving speeches in front of the class. Very good. Number two, Mahon.
I enjoy going to parties where I don't know everyone. Um, I definitely agree because because in my work I have to know people, new people all the time because we need to do some contacts and
You need to pull strings. You know what is the meaning of pull strings?
no, I don't know what is it.
Pull strings is like, well, pull strings
Em-
is after you
Empujar.
make some contacts, like, you meet some important people, then you pull strings with that people for getting help, like, how do
Yes.
you say that? Recibir, como el palancazo, no? What we call
Yes.
palancazo, right?
That's what I do. What I have to do.
Yeah, of course, that's a very tricky business, right? So,
Yes, yes.
mm. Thank you, Majo. Very good. Tati, could you please help me with number three?
I avoid expressing my feelings and ideas in public. Some would agree. Yes.
Depending on what?
If it's someone, maybe friends with friends, I don't have problem. But if it's there are people I don't know, it's really difficult for me to do that.
Of course. Strangers, no? What we call is strangers.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
it's really difficult.
Of course, it's really difficult. Okay, Tati, thank you so much. Pedro, my brother, number 4.
I insist on making my own decisions. Is someone agree?
Depending on what?
Because in some cases, these decisions affects the life of other persons.
Other people?
Yeah,
Okay, so you need to consult them, right?
right, teacher, and listen him or her or
Yeah,
them.
listen to them. Yeah, of course. If they are, if your decisions are affecting the other people, you would like, I mean, it would be great if you consult them about those decisions, no? Muy bien, Peter. Excellent. Sarah, number 5, my dear.
I don't mind giving up my time to help other people. Definitely agree because I love help people. So
Okay.
in my work, I help everyone, and if I can to go to how to say fundaciones,
Foundations?
foundation.
Foundations.
Yeah, uh, I did it in my school. I did, but now I don't have enough time. So,
Mm, That's
but
it,
if I
no?
could, yeah.
Okay, okay. Good, very, very, how do you say, considerate, empathetic of your part. Good, 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 good. Okay, Lisa, number 6, my dear.
I never worried about getting place of time. Oh, disagree.
So are you punctual?
Yes,
Good, very
all the
good.
time. And my
Good.
husband know that.
Your husband is sweating very nervously next to you.
Yes.
Okay, good, very good, excellent. I'm also very punctual. I like the punctuality because that's a show of respect. So I like that a lot. Okay, very good. Well, somebody who wants to read number 7. Anyone?
I al- I always feel, I always feel like going dancing. Definitely disagree. I don't know how to do that.
No way, seriously?
I don't like it yet.
But to be honest, I don't like it that much. I know how to do that, but I don't like it that much. It takes a lot of time now. So,
Yes.
okay, Tati, thank you so much. Number 8, someone? Nobody? I'm gonna read number 9, number 8, okay? I can't stand being in a messy, disorganized room. My case, definitely agree. I hate it. I can't stand it. I can't stand being in a messy, disorganized room. I am super organized and I don't like to be disorganized. I cannot concentrate and I actually cannot be in a place like that. I cannot tolerate it. Ready? So that's it. Number 9, somebody. Number 9.
Me, I prefer telling people how I feel, even if it's embarrassing. Somewhat agree.
Depending on.
Yeah, depends if it's my friend are my friends. it's- I don't care. But if it's in my job, I prefer stay
Quiet. Keep
quiet.
quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I mean, depending the people, no? So depending on the person that we're talking to. So if it's a friend, okay, good. But if it's maybe a superior or maybe a colleague, well, if it's a stranger, yeah, sometimes it's better to keep quiet, no? Bueno, people, very good, excellent. So in that case, what we saw are some different kinds of personality questions, right? That we can ask for ourselves, but also about other people, right? So, for example, if I say, well, I enjoy going to parties where I don't know everyone, I would say me completely, no, not completely, somewhat agree. Depends on the party, but mostly I don't. But my brother, fuck, he enjoys going to parties where he doesn't know everyone because he likes to dance a lot. He likes to dance salsa, he's very extroverted, so he enjoys that, right? What about the other sentences? Would you think on somebody different from you? Different, I mean, like a part of your family core who fits exactly on this description?
My mom, my mom tells people everything what she think. She she doesn't have a filter. I don't know how do you say
A
that.
filter, yes.
Yes, that's
E-
incredible, but it's
Even if
really
it's
funny.
embarrassing, doesn't matter if
Yes,
it's embarrassing.
usually it's really embarrassing,
My
but funny
God.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny. I don't know. My mommies are like that, no? Like when we get to certain age, it starts happening, no? Like we don't care about the what other people think. So that's great. Okay, very good, excellent, Tati. Thank you so much. Any other? Anybody thinks on somebody who fits this description? Santi?
Yes, teacher. In my case, my father in number six.
O sea, he.
He never worry about getting places on time. He's so relaxed.
My God. And are you? Are you unpunctual?
Sometimes.
But not that much. Not that much as your father.
I know he's strict.
Okay. Okay, very good. That's great. That's great. Okay, thank you, Santi. Anybody else? Think on somebody
Me,
else? Yes.
my mom can't stand being in a messy, disorganized room. I can't also, but she's on another level. Like she freaks out if she sees something in the wrong place. Like even if it's a little thing, she's gonna be how do
Crazy.
I say
He's,
crazy?
she's
Yes,
gonna get mad. She's gonna lose
yes.
it. Okay, very good. That's it. Now, when we say yo tampoco, because if I say also, it's también. But if I say tampoco,
I
I can
can't
use
either.
I
Oh,
can either. Very
either.
good. Or neither can
Yes.
I. Cualquiera de las dos.
Ah,
Neither can I
okay.
or I can either. Ready?
Thank you.
No problem. Bueno, muy bien. Very good. So in that case, we can see that our family relatives are kind of similar sometimes, but sometimes also they are pretty different. What we can see here is that for describing these kind of attitudes, we are having different expressions. And in every single sentence, we have an element in common, and it's the presence of the gerund, right? If you notice, in all the sentences, we have a gerund. For example, giving speeches, going to parties, expressing my feelings, making my own decisions, giving up my time, getting places on time, going dancing, being in a messy room, telling people how I feel. So all of these expressions are including gerunds, right? And I don't know if you remember, but in the last week of the intermediate one, we also have some activities about gerunds, So in that case, today, talking about the family, we're going to have like a combination of topics, right? We're going to see how we can use these gerunds in order to express feelings and things like that, And also we're going to see how can we create more complex sentences using exactly these gerunds, okay? Do you remember in what case I can use a gerund? Do you remember that? Like, what do I have to have in order to use a gerund? There are like two conditions, basically. Do you remember that?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. In what case or in what situations can I use a gerund? Like, what is the condition that I have to have in order to use a gerund?
When you use a noun phrase,
Okay, the noun phrase, but that noun phrase has to have a specific condition. Noun phrase is what we call una oración nominal. It means only names, no verbs, right? So in that case, a noun phrase.
That
Okay,
is a
good.
continuous action.
My God, yes and no. But because in that case, the gerund ing is not because it's ando endo. It's not because it's present continuous or present or past continuous. No, it's for another reason. For example, here I enjoy going to Paris. It's not a continuous condition. It's just something like usual, no, like something that happens every time, but it's not continuous. So there is another different reason.
When you express your feelings?
Good. When you express your feelings, that's important, not only bad. For example, here, I said, bueno, actually, Sarah said, I love help people. Is it possible to use the gerund here? I love helping people or not?
Yes, I love helping
Yes.
because
I don't know why, but I know. It-
I could know it.
yes.
Okay. Very good. So yes, actually here it's possible, but it's also possible to let it like that, no? Just that, remember that we have two different structures, so two different for a verb sentences, which is infinitive and gerund. If we talk about gerund, it's because the verb is in ing. We know that. If we talk about in infinitive, it's because we have the base form of the verb. It means like the basic form, like the original structure of the verb. In what case we have to use the gerund? Well, I have to have two possible conditions in order to use a gerund. First condition, that it's a expression that includes preposition at the end, such as I am afraid of, I insist on, I never worry about, I always feel like, expressions that have prepositions at the end. And the second case or the second situation, the second condition that I have to have, it's that it's a verb of like and dislike. For example, Pedro told us, teacher, when I express feelings, yes, because the verbs that have like or dislike, such as enjoy, avoid, don't, bueno, mind, or in this case, don't mind, feel, prefer, can't stand, all of these expressions which are about my preferences, they can receive a verb in gerund afterwards, no? So in that case, remember that we have two situations in which I can use the gerund. Wait, John, here, it's first using the verbs of like and dislike. I like, I enjoy, I hate, I love. For example, Sarah said, I love helping others, ¿cierto? Helping people, right? But these verbs, the majority of these verbs, they have the possibility to use both options. I can say I love helping people, or the option of the infinitive, which is with the preposition to. I love helping people, or I love to help people. No, we have the two possibilities. In the majority of the cases, I hate also can have the two possibilities. I like also the two possibilities. Enjoy always is with ing, yes. But for the others, almost always we have the two possibilities, right? When we have a preposition, it's always the same. It's going to be the verb always in the gerund form, so always with ing. Yes. And when we have other expressions like the like of dislike, but other expressions, like for example, the expression don't mind, that it's like I don't have a problem with, I can stand, that is like I cannot tolerate, I am not in love with, like it's like I don't like it so much, it's not my favorite thing. And well, the negative expressions like I don't like, I don't enjoy, also they can be also used with the gerund, right? So actually, we have a list of the verbs that we can follow with gerunds, For example, let me just erase this part. The verb enjoy, we saw it, recommend, anticipate, put off, which means postponer, complete, discuss, keep, discuss again, finish, mind, suggest, avoid, postpone, it's similar to put off, practice, consider, stop, quit, mention, delay, appreciate, imagine, risk, dislike, miss, admit, can help, involve, and resist. Any questions about these expressions? Any of these verbs you don't know exactly what is the meaning of? Or you understand all of them? They are actually pretty easy, but that's the question.
What's the meaning
Pero
of put off, teacher?
put off, it's a synonym of postpone. It's the same, it's a synonym.
Thanks, teacher.
Okay, no problem. Any other? Any
And
other?
delay.
Delay. It means like demorar.
Thank-
Okay, any other? Can help. No puedo evitar, no poder evitar algo. Anything else?
Teacher
Very
involved,
simple. Yes, Santi?
involved,
Which one?
involved.
Evolve. Like envolver o involucrar, So, for example, studying English involves practicing a lot. You mean that's the way, like involucrar, or yeah, that's it. Ready? Well, so all of these expressions, all of these verbs are followed by a gerund, right? On the other hand, we have other expressions which are followed by an infinitive. For example, ask, bueno, the ones that we usually know, deserve, need, want, you see, always we said want to, need to, wish to, refuse to, choose to, help to, right? But we're going to focus today on the verbs in gerund, right? So remember that in this case, the gerund, they can be after these verbs, for example, I never stop to learn or learning. What do you think? I never stop to learn or I never stop learning?
Learning.
Learning, of course. No, it's a verb that is followed by a gerund. So in that case, that's the way. Or for example, I keep a, I don't know, let's say studying a lot. I keep studying a lot. The verb that is after this verb, these verbs have the possibility to receive another verb. That verb that is after the words is going to be usually, by not saying always, in the gerund form, For example, I enjoy listening to music. I recommend listening to podcasts in English. For example, put off, no? So I usually put off washing the dishes. Oh, I hate it. So I usually put off like 2 minutes later, 10 minutes later, tomorrow, So I usually put off washing dishes at night because if it's like, in the noon, no problem. But washing dishes at night, I usually put off, right? So these verbs are going to have the possibility to receive a verb in the gerund afterwards, right? And also the expressions with prepositions, right? Any questions until there? Difficulties until there? Easy questions with the germ expressions? No, all fine. Okay, good. So in this case, we have gerunds in the complement part because we have a verb and afterwards we have a gerund. So that gerund is going to be in the complement. But if you remember, we talk about that the gerund, it's possible to be also at the beginning of the sentence. Like, for example, when I say, studying English involves, practicing a lot. Practicing a lot. In that case, I have, as you can see, two gerunds. One gerund is at the beginning, studying English. Yeah, that's the subject. But as you can see, of course, it's a verb ing. It's a gerund. Then we have the verb, which in this case is involves. That's it, no? And then we have the complement. The complement also is a verb in ing. So of course, we see that it's a gerund. So the gerund can be at the beginning and can be at the end. Ready? Usually I just use one, but there are some other occasions or some other situations in which I can which I can create, a complete sentence using gerunds at the beginning and at the end. It means that we have a double gerund sentence or a double gerund clause, right? How can I do that? It's super simple. Well, at the beginning, I can have this expression, this structure, especially for talking about my opinion about different topics or different matters, right? The first part, it's going to be my opinion or my expression of opinion. If it's the best part, the worst part, the most difficult part, the big challenge, one of the best things. And as you can see, all of these expressions finish on preposition. So in consequence, the next verb that we have, it's going to be in ing. All of this part, it's going to be the noun phrase. Well, what we call noun phrase, or sujeto nominal. Yes, like oración nominal, which is a sentence that doesn't have a verb. It's just a noun, ready? So it's a noun phrase. After that, in this case, for describing my opinion, we have the verb to be. And at the end, we're going to have the verb in ing in order for describing the complement, right? What can I include here? Well, I ask you, what is the most difficult part about having kids? So I was asking about your opinion about having kids. What is the most difficult part about having kids? And you told me, teacher, the most difficult part about having kids is, and then you give me different answers, no? For example, giving quality time. Or yes, having quality time, giving quality time. Other person told me like taking care of them all the day, all day long, taking care of them. No sé, providing economical resources, right? So in that case, I'm using the two gerunds, right? But one it's at the beginning, it's in the subject, which is the noun phrase, and the other one is for talking about the complement. Ready? It's important to learn first these kind of expressions with different prepositions, and then it's easy for you to complement it using another gerund in order to express your opinion, right? For example, guys, what do you think is the word, no, not the worst, the most challenging thing of studying English? What is the most challenging thing of studying English?
Teacher, I think the most challenging thing of studying English is speaking. I don't know how you say and good pronunciation. I don't know how to say that.
Okay. So you could say the worst part or the most challenging thing of speaking English is pronouncing well or pronouncing correctly.
Well, yes.
Might be. Well, fortunately, all of you have a good pronunciation. So, whew, thanks, God.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, I think so. Good,
Teacher,
good.
I had a question
Yes, of
about this
course.
because this afternoon I tried to do the activity, the last with the intermediate one, but I had a question because I don't take the class. So when I had to use of, above, or with, because when I try to do the exercise, I have a mistake because I put of, but it's about. But I don't know when I had to use of, above, or with.
Actually, in that case, the difference between those two prepositions is not pretty clear. As you can see, for example, we have expression with the best part of or the best part about. The platform, is just tricky about it, but the use of both prepositions, it's the same. Actually, this afternoon, we were having the same problem with Sarah because Sarah put about, and I said, yeah, it is correct. And the platform said, no, it's off. But actually, you can trust me on this one, it's the same. The preposition in this case, the preposition of and the preposition about in these cases, in these expressions, is exactly the same. The platform is just configured with one answer. I don't know why they didn't configure it both, but they just configured one. So, well, you know that if it's not off, it's about. That's it. But don't worry about it. Like don't feel frustrated because the expressions can be actually worked with both and it's going to be fine, right?
So it's the same. I can use whatever.
Yeah, well, in these expressions, yes, you can use of or about, and it's going to be the same. Of course, the platform is going to mark mistake, but if it happens, and it is going to happen, send me an image. I can correct the mistake, because it happens the same with Sarah. So, and I think that with the other students happen the same. So don't worry about it, okay?
Okay, no, I only want to know. Thank you.
Okay, great, perfect. That's it. Well, guys, so in that case, for example, Luisa told us, teacher, the most difficult thing of studying English is, right? Pronouncing well. But maybe I am not sure about it. So I could say, for example, the most challenging thing of speaking English might be, I am not sure, it's only a possibility, might be learning the verbs in past. I don't know, that's it, that's a possibility, right? Or for example, if it's a premonition for the future because you are going to study English in the future, you said like, teacher, the most challenging thing of studying English will be, will be having discipline on the process. Will be because it's in the future. So in this case, I can use the different ways or the different forms of the verb to be in order for describing my opinion about those two actions, like describing one action with another action, right? In the corresponding tense, present, past, present continuous, modal verb, possibility, not possibility, so on, so on. Ready? What do you think? Questions so far, difficulties, problems over there?
It's okay for me, but I think that my difficult is I understand here in class, but when I'm going to do my exercise in the platform, I I feel I usually feel really confused.
Okay, yeah, it
I don't know
happens, of
why.
course. No, but it happens with every single process. When I was in the uni, in the school, in theory, I understood everything, integrals, derivation, everything. But when I was in the midterm, in the quiz, forgot everything, right? So it's normal. Don't worry. If you have confusion or doubts in the activities, that is, send me a WhatsApp, like saying, "Teacher, what should I do here? Can you explain this exercise better, or could you give me a clue, maybe?" And I'm not going to give you the answer, but I can give you a clue. I can guide you, so the exercise is more clear for you. Ready?
Thank you.
Yeah, because if you understand the topic, so the grammar is not the problem. The problem might be the rules or the instructions might be also the problem, right? So no problem. Muy bien, very good. Well,
Teacher,
yes,
I'm
Sarah.
sorry, I have a question.
Mhm.
I had a class with another teacher because I couldn't with you, and she said that um, some verbs like part or think or challenge or rewards or aspects has to use a specific noun or a specific. How do you say when you put off? What is that? Is a noun? No,
I didn't understand, honey. This word preposition.
preposition. Okay, with some preposition. So she say that when when you use things, you have to put about. When you
Mhm.
use challenge, rewards, aspects, you use of. And when you use parts, you can use about or of. So that's
Uh-huh.
why I was like confused in that part.
That's why, I mean, there are certain people who said, yeah, their rule is to use this word with this word. Me personally, I don't like to limitate you because it's like, I know, my God, if you use the preposition incorrectly, big mistake. No, don't worry about it because I would like you to remember that those exercises are in platform, which is an artificial intelligence which is grading the activity. But in real life, these prepositions, I mean, you can use both. You have to use a preposition that is clear, but the fact that you use one or the other, it's not going to make any difference because actually you can use both and the expression is correct. So don't worry, don't limit yourself to with those expressions, with those prepositions, because actually they can work perfectly with both prepositions, no? In
Okay.
some cases, for example, with, yeah, okay, it's pretty clear the difference. But especially with of or about, it's actually like there is not a big difference among the two expressions, right? So don't worry, don't limit yourself. Don't complicate yourself thinking like, oh, should I use this one? Should I use the other one? only because the activity of the platform, but in real life, in the real expressions that you want to use, it's not such a big difference. So don't worry about it, okay, Sarita?
Okay, thank you.
No problem, don't worry. Well, okay, good. So, well, guys, I was thinking, we lost a little bit the way, guys. So in this case, I would like you to think in one relative of your family: mommy, daddy, sister, husband. I think nobody here has a wife, so husband maybe, or daughter or son, right? And I would like you to tell me, how do you consider his or her personality and why? For example, I'm thinking on my mom. Yeah, my mom before, she was really stressing. She was really stressing because she couldn't stand uh, having any mistake or making any mistake, you know? So my mom was very stressing. But nowadays, my mom is very relaxing and very supportive because she always suggests me things to do, right? And she keeps helping me every time. Like even if I don't ask, she keeps helping me every time, right? Guys, first think on what is the personality of that person, you know, what is the personality like, and the reason. The reason, please use a verb followed by a gerund. For example, she enjoys, I don't know, meditating. So that's why I think that she is very relaxed, right? She enjoys meditating, or she keeps helping me, no? So for the explanation of that personality characteristic, use a verb in gerund, you know? So use a verb that is followed by a gerund. One of the verbs, which is in the presentation that we saw before. Sorry, over here. One of these verbs, you can also use it for describing why do you think that of your relative that you chose, ready? So think about the person, how is the personality like, and explain why.
In my case, my sister is really shy because she avoid sharing with people she don't know. She really hate it.
Good,
So
good. That it, remember the third person, no? So she avoids
avoids.
and she really hates it.
Okay.
Okay, right? Muy bien, very good. Excellent, that's it. So she avoids sharing with people that she doesn't know, and she hates it, no? She hates sharing time with people that she doesn't know. Thank you, Tati. What about the others?
Me. I enjoy uh, being with my mom because she is teaching me a lot of her job. I can say that.
Yeah,
Can I say
sure.
that?
No, yeah, sure. That's it. I mean, you did it the other way, but it's perfect. So you enjoy spending time with your mom because she is teaching you about her job.
Her job. Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say is her personality like? Probably empathetic, considerate.
I think she loves teaching.
Good,
Or she
good,
loves yeah, maybe empathetic too.
good. There is a personality trait which is knowledgeable. Knowledgeable, it's a person who knows a lot and likes to share the knowledge with the other people, no? So likes to explain things, likes to share the knowledge with the others, no?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Excellent, Sarita. Thank you, thank you. So what about who else?
My dad really enjoys reading articles about health and wellness, and always is trying to eh, how do I say it? Like involve my siblings and I into that, and we all are like, oh no, dad, no more. And yes, that's it.
Okay. So how would you say that that is the personality like? Well, what would be the adjective for describing your daddy?
um I don't know. eh, I don't know, teacher.
Probably sociable? I don't know. Sociable, empathetic, what else? Considerate also because he wants the best for you.
Maybe yes.
Okay, okay, Majo, thanks a lot. Okay, bueno, anybody else? Anybody else who wants to share that?
Yes, teacher. In my case, my sister is a person that can't stop help others.
She can stop helping others,
Helping others.
or she can help helping others. I can use can help, which is no puede evitar. She can help.
She can help others.
She can help helping. Because the first expression, this one is no poder evitar. Y lo que no puede evitar es ayudar. So el verbo se repite porque es diferente, ¿no? So she can help helping others, right?
Okay, teacher.
Hmm. Okay, very good, good. So how would you describe that woman? I mean,
Consider.
considerate, good, maybe. Yeah, that's good. Maybe helpful. Helpful. It's a person who, of course, helps a lot. No, very good. Supportive, might be. Okay. Bueno, muy bien, very good. Sorry. Anybody else? Luisa, Pedro? No, they are still thinking. Okay. So don't worry. We're gonna go then to our final question. You already told me you already described some of the personality traits of your family members. Yes, like using this kind of verbs, right? But now I would like you to know your opinion about sharing time with others. I'm not going to limit the question only to the family, but sharing time with others, with other people, Guys, I would like to know your opinion about sharing time with others. Do you like it? You don't like it? What is the best part? What is the most difficult part? What is the worst part? What is one big challenge, right? For me, it's a little bit difficult because I enjoy having my own time, But a big advantage of a big, well, let's say upside is a synonym of advantage, a big upside of sharing time with others might be learning from them. I have difficulty sharing time with others, but when I do that, I think that one of the advantages of that is or might be learning from them, right? What do you think about it? What do you think about sharing time with others? Is it good for you? Is it not good? What do you think? No opinions about it?
About the
Yes,
sharing time with others?
Yeah, Lou. Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't like it. I know.
So
Sorry.
why no, that's great, that's great. So why not? What is the worst part of sharing time with others?
I don't know. I think you had to, the worst part of sharing time with others, maybe spend a lot of time with them. I want to sleep all the time.
agree.
Okay, very good. So in that case, you could say having to spend time with them, you know? O sea, tener que gastar el tiempo con ellos. Having to spend time with them. Or you could say not being able to. Because if you said, ah, no, quiero dormir, and you can't, so you said like, ah, the worst part of sharing time with others is, or might be, not being able to sleep, no? Como no poder, and that's it, the verb. Not being able to sleep. Muy bien, good.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks to you. Okay, very good. So what about the others? What's the best or the worst part about it?
The
Me.
best part of, oh, sorry.
Don't worry. Wait, Tati, Sara, and Maho.
Okay. The best part of sharing time with others is making good memories. Can I say that?
Sure, of course, making good memories for the posterity, right? Muy bien, very good, Tati, excellent. Sara, go ahead.
The best part of sharing time with others could be talking with them with our stories.
Good. Okay, so you like to tell your stories, your anecdotes, right?
Yeah, of course. A lot.
That's gossiping around. Very good, excellent, Sarita. Good.
Yeah, with my friends, of course.
Of course, gossiping is part of our life. Good. Mamu, go ahead.
I think the best part of sharing time with others is seeing the different perspective that we all can have about a specific topic. And yes, that, like to see the different perspective of everything
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to know that we all are different.
Good, excellent. So also but by your job and because of your personality, I suppose I analyze that you enjoy sharing time with others, no? So
Well, mm, sometimes I enjoy also to be alone by myself.
okay, yeah, it's important to learn how to be alone. Good. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, actually, most of you enjoy it. I think that it was difficult for the people, but most of you like it. Sarah likes it, Tati likes it, Majo likes it. So, guys, Pedro, Santi, what about you? Do you like it? You don't like it?
Yes, teacher, I like it. I think the best part of serving time with others is knowing what other people's lives are like and what I can apply to my life.
Okay, very deep, brother. Very good. Excellent. Very deep, very deep. Thank you, Santi. Good. Pedro, what about you?
I think, teacher, the most difficult part about sharing time with others could be listening the persons who have problems.
Yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming. No? Do you know what is the meaning of overwhelming?
Uh, no, teacher.
Anybody knows? Overwhelming?
I
¿Que te
know, but
sobrepasa?
Kind of more or less. It's an adjective. Overwhelming is an adjective.
I don't know in Spanish.
How would you
I don't
explain in
think
English, Majo?
like um abrumador.
Abrumador. Muy bien. Mhm.
Ah,
It's something that it's too much, no? So Pedro says like, "Ish, yeah, okay, like listening to the people who have a lot of problems might be a little bit overwhelming because, you know, like the psychology, they have problems for listening so many problems, so it can happen the same to you. Bueno, very good, excellent. Okay, guys. So this first week, we started super easily talking about something that we have talked before, which is the use of the gerunds, right? Gerunds, which you know, it's a verb in ing, sometimes alone, sometimes with a complement, like for example, sharing time with others, like, pardon, like for example, having to no sé qué, like for example, being in a messy room, expressing my feelings. So all of those are gerunds, which I can use single or together, you know, only at the beginning or only at the end, or in both parts, at the beginning and at the end, in order to express feelings about actions, no? Also, for example, describing what I like or what I don't like, what other people like, which is going to help me to describe personality characteristics, personality traits. Ready? Guys, any questions about this part of the gerunds, of the expressions, questions, difficulties, problems?
For the moment, it's okay. It's clear. Thank you.
Excellent. Guys, one important recommendation is to find a list of verbs. You can use this one, right? Which is very limited, very reduced, about the verbs that are followed by gerunds and the verbs that are followed by infinitives, right? The next level is going to start with the same topic, but the next level, it's going to start with other different verbs. It means by the beginning of the next level, we will have to learn other 20 or 30 verbs that are followed by gerunds and others that are followed by infinitives. So it's important that you start working on these verbs and learning if they are followed by a verb, by a gerund, or if they are followed by an infinitive. It's pretty important. The list is infinite, you know, but you can use, for example, this list, which is reduced, so you don't have to feel so overwhelmed, but you can do it progressively in an easier process, okay? Because it's a little bit difficult to remember all of them. So it would be better to do it progressively. Start with these little few, and then you can expand your vocabulary about if it's followed by a gerund or if it's followed by an infinitive verb, okay? Ready?
Okay, teacher.
Bueno, my dear people. So for the moment, that would be all. Thank you for being here. See you on
Teacher,
Thursday. Yes, question?
teacher, you could give me 5 minutes after everyone's gone.
Sure. No problem. Don't worry.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye. See you later. See you Thursday. I think Thursday or tomorrow? No,
Bye,
Thursday.
teacher. Thank you.
Bye, Darita. See you soon.
Bye, teacher.
Have a good night. Pedro, see you later. Tati, see you later. Goodbye. Bye. Have a good night. Listo, my
Hola,
dear.
teacher.
Wait a second. Espérame.